What's up, guys? Just heading to the gym. Gonna go do a bit of a lighter leg day today. I'm gonna try and start recording more of these longer videos. I've been doing just a bunch of shorts recently, just, easier. You don't have to spend as much time editing and stuff like that. But I do really want to start doing the, normal, lengthier, like full workout videos. I figured today'd be a good day to start with those. I'm doing a much shorter leg day just because I have some plans this afternoon and only have like an hour or two to get a workout in. So gonna go do probably just a shorter 4 or 5 leg exercises and then an ab set at the end. Riding a couple little small injuries, so I'm curious how squatting is gonna go. I've got a bit of a tight issue with my upper left quad, so haven't been able to squat very heavy the last few weeks. Kind of been capping out at like 2 plates just because once I start putting any kind of weight on it, it starts to kind of have a bit of pain. So I'm going to try out squatting again today. If once I start putting the weight on it, it starts acting up again, I'll either drop back down and just do a bit more high reps with less weight, or I might change it up and hit a different exercise, maybe do some Smith machine at a lighter weight or do some leg press. Just sort of depends how it's feeling. But yeah, I need to eventually get a little clip-on mic so I can actually talk to you guys while I'm working out. But since I haven't gotten that yet, it will probably be just a case of me recording this video and then going back over and recording some audio, just talking about the workout afterwards. But hopefully sometime in the next few weeks or months I can get a decent pair of little clip-on microphones for my shirt, and then I can actually talk to you guys during the workout and in between sets and stuff like that, and be a little bit more personal about it. But for now, the longer videos will be kind of more in this format. Hoping to try to start filming these a little bit more regularly. Definitely will continue to have a lot more frequent posts with YouTube shorts and Instagram reels. But yeah, let's get into this workout. I'll start the video pretty much whatever workout I end up starting first. I'm gonna go attempt squats, and if those don't feel great, then I'll switch to something else. So whatever I cut to next, just know I did start with squats, and then if I'm squatting, then it means they felt good. But yeah, let's get into this leg day. So starting out, I like to begin my squats after doing about a 10 to 15 minute full body warm-up. I go into starting out with just the bar, just to get some warm-up sets in, really just practice everything from picking the bar up to getting my breathing correct to then just obviously my squat form. So I'm just hitting some fairly quick reps to start, and then you'll see I just kind of slow down and really kind of feel into my form, just sort of feel how my legs are feeling, and also just kind of feeling out that lower left quad injury that I was talking about. But everything at this point was feeling fairly smooth, going up and down. Again, really lightweight, just the bar, so didn't expect to really have any issues there. Now, coming into one plate, the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've been able to squat with one plate fairly comfortably, feeling a little bit of tension in that left quad, but still not enough weight to really cause me many problems. So you see I'm just, again, lining up everything. I do this kind of pop in, pop out motion right before all of my squats, and it's just sort of something that I've done for a really long time. Just helps me make sure that I'm centered on the bar and that I am doing my form correctly on each of my squats. So going into these, nice and controlled reps. You can see I'm going quickly, but I'm doing everything nice and controlled. I'm not trying to rush through everything, taking my time, and then just doing a nice simple set of 5 with 135. Again, just trying to get the blood flowing, get moving, and just, again, test everything out. So now I'm coming into 225. This is normally where the last 2 to 3 weeks of my leg days, I've ended up having to cut my squatting short. Typically, what I normally would do on a perfectly healthy normal day squatting would be hitting 1 plate, then go to 2 plates, and then I go to 3 plates. And then from that point, I would either stay at 3 plates for 3 to 4 sets of 5, or I would hit a set with 3 plates and then work my way up doing low rep heavy sets. But again, the last few weeks, I would hit 1 to 2 reps at this 2 plates, and the quad would just be way too painful, or just have a really sharp pain in that upper left area of the quad. And so this was kind of my make or break moment right here. I'd hit 1 to 2 sets here, and this would really determine whether or not I kept squatting today or went back to doing an altered exercise. You could see I hit the first set, took a second afterwards to really think about how it felt, went back into it, and realized everything was feeling fairly okay. The quad had a little bit of soreness, but nothing painful, nothing seriously like jumping out at me telling me I needed to stop squatting. It was, just sort of a dull like 2-3 out of 10, so enough where I could squat comfortably knowing I'm not causing any extra damage to it, getting blood flow to it, strengthening up the muscle, but not pushing myself too far. You could see right there, I was touching it saying, yeah, it's, not feeling too bad. Now, I did, though, know that because of that little bit of soreness that was still there, I wasn't going to make my normal jump up to 3 plates, so I decided to just go right back into doing 2 plates again. So, as you can see, I'm just setting myself right back up. And I like to set the bar at a high bar squat first, get my feet set, and then I'll do my little pop out, pop back in thing, and then get myself set up into a low bar. Being as I'm 6'5", doing low bar squats just helps give me a little bit more stability in the squat. I did high bar for a really long time, but once I started getting strong enough where I was getting up into the 2-3 plate range consistently, it started to really just cause me to like fall forward a lot more. And so dropping into a low bar just gave me a little bit extra stability with my height. And as you can see here, I'm taking these, going through this set a little bit quicker. The back end taking a little bit of a pause in between each rep, but the reps are moving nice and smooth. And this set actually felt significantly better than the one before it. The quad was actually getting warmed up and everything was moving fairly nicely. And so because of that, I decided that I would do a little bit of a jump. I wouldn't go all the way up to the 3 plates just yet, but I decided to just toss on 25s each side, go up to 275, and really feel how this quad feels once I start putting on some weight where I really have to give some effort. Again, at 1 and 2 plates, I'm really comfortable, and it really doesn't take a lot of energy or effort for me at this point to push that weight. So getting into 275 would be a really good test for my quad and just making sure that injury is really feeling good. So you can see as I'm getting a little bit heavier, I'm taking a little bit more time with my prep, making sure everything's set how it needs to be set. Get my feet set, make sure everything's controlled. Deep breath in, coming down, back up, and everything moved really smooth. While I was hitting these squats, I was worried I wasn't hitting the right depth, but watching these back, everything looks really smooth, everything looks nice and clean and controlled, and I was fairly happy with that. I probably could have done more, but the quad did start to kind of feel it a little bit near the back end of those, so I decided to cut them short. So now, after having squatted, I decided to go into doing some RDLs. Seeing as I was short on time and really only had about an hour to do a workout and had to cut a lot of exercises out because of that, I had to really prioritize what exercises I wanted to focus on, and after squats, I really wanted to go into doing some RDLs. These RDLs, they're mainly on my leg day to focus in on my hamstrings, but they've really just been an exercise that have really just worked my entire body, and I've seen improvements in all areas of myself in the gym since I started regularly adding in RDLs to my routine. So here you can see I'm just starting out with 135, doing a nice clean set of 10, really focusing on keeping my core stable, keeping that back straight, and just keeping everything nice and controlled, going nice and slow on the way down, and explosive but yet still controlled on the way back up. Not quite going all the way down to the ground, but going quite close and just really feeling that stretch in the backside of my legs on my hamstrings. I've noticed a lot since I started doing RDLs just how much these have helped me improve in my grip strength and my core stability. One of the biggest things that I gained out of doing RDLs is as soon as I was able to hit 225 for 10 for the first time without dropping the bar and hit it the entire 10 reps consecutively, 3 days later was the first time I was able to hit a 495 deadlift, which is 5 plates each side, for the first time. And so there's a really big carryover, obviously, as they're almost nearly identical movements from RDLs to deadlifts. RDLs essentially just being about 95% of a deadlift, done much slower with a much more emphasized focus on the quads. So here you can see I went up to 225. Again, I'm not taking nearly as much rest time during this exercise or during this workout as I normally would. So I was jumping into these exercises fairly quick. So you're going to see here that I end up having to put the bar down and not able to hit my entire sets all the way through. My hands started to really burn and my grip strength started to kind of give out. I think that was probably about 6 reps right there before I stopped. And then you can see I'm just set here, taking my time, getting the bar set back up. And if I remember correctly, I believe I go back in and then do another 3 before my grip finally does give out. So let's see. Yeah, stepping right back in, getting myself set right back up. Try not to take too much time as I'm essentially just finishing the back end of this second set. Get everything controlled, brace, and then come right back up. And yeah, so hit 3, and then as you can see right there, I'm just kind of looking at the camera. I knew my grip was burnt out there, so then I did take a little bit of a rest, and unfortunately, I did hit another set of 225 on the RDLs for a set of 3, but my camera or my phone storage got full, so I wasn't able to quite hit those. But as you can see here, I'm now jumping into hitting some leg extensions to really focus in on the quads. This is one exercise I've been able to do that hasn't bothered that upper part of my left quad, so I have been able to do these fairly consistently. Coming here into my second set of quad extensions, I was playing around with the camera angle. This machine's kind of in a weird spot in the gym where it's kind of in the middle of a bunch of different things, and I really want to try to do my best to get good angles on the recordings, but at the same time not get other people in it. So sorry for like kind of these weird angles where you're seeing like the back of my head and stuff like that. But as you can see, I'm hitting sets of 10, have it on the full stack, which I believe is 260 pounds. And coming again here into my third set, being fairly explosive. Sometimes I'll do these a little bit slower, but again, being short on time, I was kind of trying to burn through this leg day, still being controlled, still making sure my form is good, but at the same time being a little bit quicker, and adding this little 10-second pause at the end of each of my sets really helps pump up those quads a lot, and especially when you're short on time, just adding that in can make a real big difference. So then coming in here to my last leg exercise of the workout, I decided to go with some Smith machine calf raises. So starting out here with just 1 plate, just hitting nice sets of 10. You can see going all the way down and then really emphasizing making sure I'm pressing all the way up. 135, really fairly lightweight, just kind of warming up. Now here coming into 225, you can really see those calves starting to get pumped up, really contracting on the way up and stretching all the way on the way down. And finally decided to jump up for my last set to 315. Now these I'm really just trying to focus more on some strength. I know I'm not going to be able to maybe get as much range of motion on these, especially on the latter end, but I'm still really focusing in on trying to take these as controlled as possible and get as high as I can with this weight and really sink all the way down. You can see as I'm getting to the back end, I'm barely able to get my heels back up above parallel with my toes. And that's sort of my last leg exercise. Only did 4, again, short on time, but now we're gonna go into some abs. So finishing off my leg day, I like to hit this set of abs, which I call soccer abs. I call them that because back when I played high school soccer, we had this ab routine we would do at the end of our workout days. And so I decided to take it and turn it into a bit of a shorter routine. And it allows me to still hit abs, but do so even when my legs are burnt, as a lot of ab exercises can also really activate your quads. So here it's just 5 sets of sit-ups straight, then 5 with a right twist, and then as I'm doing right here, 5 to a left. Coming into some full bodies. I think people call these something different a lot, but I've always just referred to them as full bodies. Then coming into 20 bicycles. Again, just trying to be really smooth with these, but I was also really running short on my time here, so I was kind of rushing through them a little bit. Probably should have done a little bit slower, but again, nothing too much to worry about. Then coming into just some basic crunches, just gonna hit 30 of these. Really just trying to get as much blood flow into my abs as possible. I like to vary my ab sets a lot, so a lot of times, sometimes I will hit ab sets like these where it's all about just really burning, trying to get as much blood flow into those abs as possible. Here I switch to doing, I believe, 40 heel taps. Really trying to just get blood flow into the abs, but some other days I might do something where it requires a bit more body control, like hanging from a pull-up bar doing abs, or doing it on a dip bar, or I might do something where it's weighted. As you can see here, did a little bit of a kip up, not the cleanest one I've ever done, but yeah, and that just sort of concludes the leg day. Right here you can see these are all of the sets that I did. Again, this is a much shorter leg day than I would normally do. My leg days typically could consist of another hamstring exercise, some hip abductors and adductors, and maybe one other exercise depending on how I'm feeling. But yeah, this is a nice, easy, short leg day. Quad has been feeling a whole lot better the last couple days since I hit this workout. And yeah, but I appreciate all of you taking the time to watch this video. I hope to get more videos like this out soon. I'm hoping sometime this week or next week I can order some clip-on mics and actually be able to talk while I'm doing these videos. But for the meantime, these will be kind of the format of my longer videos, and definitely will still be posting the YouTube shorts and reels. Speaking of the reels, please go follow my Instagram at Blaine_Francis_fitness. And also, please, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you have any constructive criticism, tips, comments, anything like that, just drop a comment down below. And for more content like this, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys later.